What is going on, everybody? It is Konga Nobuyoshi coming to you live from the other side with a new segment for my channel. Make sure you guys can hear everything. The BGM should be fine. So if you're wondering why I possibly sound a little bit quieter, I'm not sitting that as close to my desk because of the kind of stream that I'm doing. I need the space to use this drawing pad. So, but yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a new segment on this channel finally. It is time for my first drawing stream. So, way back in December, I said I made a video announcement claiming that my lore video was changing, or that my lore in general was changing, and that my biggest dream for my future career in VTubing was to create my own video game. And so in about February, I said that I was taking a break from streaming so that I could learn about various different creative design skills. Whether it was to continue learning about the ones I already knew about, or to watch videos about new things. So, back in February, I bought the Adobe Creative Cloud Suite, and have since, and not consistently, but since have been watching tutorials just to get myself understanding of how these softwares work. So, and now I still have tutorial videos up right now for what I'm doing, because I want to still make sure that I have an idea of how to do everything. And it's because this is not going to be easy whatsoever. You know, digital art is much harder than drawing on a piece of paper. So I'm still going to be watching tutorial videos and trying to get used to drawing with this new drawing tablet that I have. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to sit further away from my desk. I'm trying to, like, let me zoom myself in a little bit more. But for these kinds of streams, I'm gonna have to be further away from my desk. My mic still seems to be picking me up pretty well, so that's good. But still, it might not sound as clean. But if you could see above my head, I'm gonna move this down so that it's not on top of the other important stuff. I have this above my head, or above the stream. Trying not to let it block the view, but I have that above my head. Please read the description, because I also have a very important message that I want to say. So, if you look at my description, I have added a message in the description. I am starting now, and for the future notice, I am trying to raise money. Like, I am trying to raise money in order to support both my own channel as well as other VTubers' channels. I am trying to raise money so that I can show my support for other content creators, specifically VTubers, because we all want to create the best possible content for you guys. But unfortunately, especially in the VTubing sphere, it is financially difficult to be able to do that for some of us. You know, for us smaller channels, it is financially difficult to be able to do that, you know, consistently. There are still a number of things that I want to be able to do besides the video game thing. That's the way in the future. But no, but I've been VTubing for 2 years, and yet I still don't have my own custom overlay. And I am trying to continue working on more music. But and the position that I'm in right now, I just do not feel comfortable spending a chunk of money. So I know that there are others out there who are having the same issue. I don't know who they are for sure, but I just want to raise money so that I can support both this channel as well as other small content creators. So I will once again emphasize that since the very beginning, there has been a donation link in my descriptions for every single stream that I've done up to this point. There has always been a donation link. If anybody would be like, even though I'm not monetized on YouTube, it's still possible to donate to the channel. Whether either just one time or monthly. Like, I have that set up, and it took a while to set that up. So, if anybody ever is so generous as to donate to this channel, any amount will be greatly appreciated. And obviously nobody is being forced into doing this. We are not doing that. And nobody is being forced into giving anything. But I really do want to raise some money so that I can support other channels, as well as this one. So for future notice, I'm gonna have this please read description sign on my streams, just to get, for anybody who comes in, just to get them aware of my description. And also because I know that me personally, I know that I don't read descriptions, and I should pay more attention to descriptions on people's videos and live streams, because I know that I do not pay attention to those. So now this is Adobe Illustrator that I have opened up right now, and right now the file is called i.e, and there's a reason for that, and I'm letting you guys know right now. The first dozen drawings that I attempt to do, well, not quite dozen, like the first 10. The first 10 drawings that I try to do on this app are all going to be quite similar. There's a reason for all of this. So, but yeah, and like I said, I really am trying to get back into working on music. But there's a chance that if I can't get myself together, like if I can't get to a place that I want to be at financially, I may not do any music this year. And that would really suck. Because I did something related to music the last 2 years that I've been doing this. So it's just that right now, like, I'm not completely piss poor, but like I'm not in a place right now where I feel comfortable spending a ton of money, because I have so many bills that are already taking a lot of money from me. So again, I am not completely dirt poor, but I'm not at the place I want to be at yet. But alright, well now, without further ado, I had to check to make sure that this pad was going to work in Illustrator as well as Photoshop, because it said that it works in Photoshop, but I wanted it to I needed to work in Illustrator, because Illustrator is more so for specifically drawing. Drawing, painting, whatever. It's more so for the creating the images. Photoshop is better for editing images. So that's why I have Illustrator open for this. But if I'm having issues, then I can switch to Photoshop. But yeah, I'd rather stick with this. All right, so now I'm going to quickly watch a tutorial video, and then get back to you guys. This is not going to be a long stream. Like the art streams aren't going to be long, but what's gonna take up more time is me trying to watch tutorials to make sure I understand what's going on. So I have the tutorial pulled up. I'm also gonna try to pull up a reference picture, so I can look at something while I'm drawing. Now, after these first 10 things that I draw, I'm gonna start trying to upgrade to more advanced, or at least to another level of drawing. Maybe not too advanced, obviously. I can tell you right now that the images I'm going to be drawing right now are just eyes. Like one eye, a singular eye, but not just a basic eye. The eyeball is going to have a design inside of it, but I really got to figure out how I'm gonna do that. So alright, here I go. I'm gonna watch a tutorial real quick just to get reintroduce myself to this app. I've watched these tutorials a number of times already, but I just want to make sure that I memorize all of this. Alright, so I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so I found the video, finally, that I most need to see right now. Alright, this bar. I found the video that I most need to be looking at right now. This sign is blocking. I finally got this open. The previous video I said that everything pretty much can be opened up in the window menu. So I was trying to figure out which one. Okay, this is all toolbars. Okay, no, don't get rid of it. Yeah, I can put it on advanced. I'll put it on advanced. Alright, advanced toolbar. Alright. I just realized the chat is probably going to be in the way of the layers section, but you know what, oh well. It's fine. It's transparent anyway. Alright. I got my reference stuff pulled up. And at some point I'm gonna like... Okay, no, this is not a good reference image. I gotta get a good like reference image for the kind of eye that I want to draw. But let me follow this guy's instructions real quick, and then I'll get back to you guys. Hang on. Alright, so it seems like I'm gonna have to upload like a reference image literally into this app. That seems like that's what everybody else is doing in order to accomplish what they want to accomplish. But I have to find like a really good reference image for the kind of eye that I want to draw. So let me just go on Google and see if I can find something. Like I have the idea in my head of what I want the eye to look like. I just want to find an image that's close to that. Alright. I copied and pasted an image in. Now, obviously, now what I was talking about is, the eye itself is pretty much all I'm going to be attempting, and the eyebrow, is all I'm going to be drawing from this reference image. Inside, like the color and all that stuff, I'm not drawing that part. I am gonna be adding my own stuff once I get the eye shape drawn. So, at least for 5 of the images, this will be the eye. That I use for 5 of them. And we'll call it I am. Or you know what? Maybe it'll be better if I grabbed one that didn't have any color in the eyes. Yeah, let me see. Hold on. I don't know why it's so difficult to find a good picture. Just trying to find something that will give me some good results. All right, let me try something else. Yeah, this is too difficult. I'm just trying to find something that I can use as a good reference. Okay. I'm not gonna drag it into. I'm not gonna drag it into the software. I'm just gonna look at the picture and try to draw the outline of the eye. But let me just. Let me just make sure I'm used to everything. Well, you know what? No, because it's gonna be much more difficult if I don't drag an image in and just try to trace over it. Oops. Alright, so this is gonna be my just a reference image. Alright, hang on. I don't know why it got so wide. Alright, I'm still watching the tutorials to understand it. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. So now I can, because now I can make a new layer and draw over that, not draw on the same exact thing. And I want this particular eye to be in the middle. Alright. Alright, so now I got my second layer opened up. This will be the layer, obviously, for those of you who've already done stuff like this, you know. This will be the layer where I actually do the drawing on. You know, and then if I want to add on to that, I just draw more layers. I just add more layers instead of drawing over top of the same layer. So for this eye, I am not going to draw this part. Well, you can't see my cursor. Let me see if I can just change that real quick. I'm not drawing in here. And I'm not gonna draw, at least not all of the hair. The eyebrows I'm gonna make a little bit thinner than that. The hair, obviously, I mean, let me look at the let me look at another reference. I'm trying to think about the hair, what it looks like. Okay. Alright, anyway. Just not worry about that right now. Alright, so layer 2 is going to be called sketch because that's going to be the layer where we do the sketching part. Then the next layer will be the layer for like finishing touch up. Like, I guess, like going back over it again with like a pencil tool or one of those other tools. Alright. Now here we go. If this pen will cooperate. No, I'm on the right tool. Yeah. I gotta aim here. If I mess up anywhere, I can just... That's what the third sketch is gonna be for. Well, the third layer is gonna be for that. So that any lines that are messed up can be made, like you can change the shape and everything. I'm pretty sure that's with the pencil tool, but that's, again, that's gonna be later. Alright, 47 minutes into the stream and I'm finally on with tracing or sketching the eye, the outside part of the eye. You know, eventually I'll be at the level where I'll be able to do this in like Gartic Phone or something. Like you see people just drawing stuff in seconds. Okay, yeah, there's definitely gonna need to be some straightening out when I go over this again. Alright, so that's the exterior part of it. Well, not in its entirety yet, not in its entirety yet. Looks like I just drew an eyebrow. Well, no, don't do that. Just gonna color all of this in. Like 5 of the images, like 5 of the eyes are all gonna look, they're all gonna start off kind of like this. I don't know why it stops. Alright. I'm not gonna worry about the fact that it's not a perfectly straight circle or oval. My stream is still saying that the quality of the stream is poor, and like I really don't know what for, because there's 3 apps open, well 4, which is normal. I really don't know how the stream could be, the quality could be poor right now. Alright, but now, as for the... I'm gonna erase this. Hold on. Now, as for the iris part of this... Well, I guess that circle part is fine. Or no. Let me write down everything that I want to do. Like, I have the idea in my head already, but let me just write down everything I want to have done so that, you know, so that I can see it and I can know all that I'm drawing, so that I'm not just, you know, thinking of it on the fly and then trying to draw it and then forgetting. Okay, Okay, I'm gonna type down what I want to be in this eye. And from now on, I'm gonna do all that before I even come to the stream and start trying to draw it. I'm gonna write down or type down all that I want to be in the eye. Before I start drawing it. And again, I'm not gonna explain exactly what it is that I'm, like exactly 100% what it is that I'm doing right now. I'm gonna save that. Just wanna color this in a little bit more. Okay, don't get it. I was using my mouse there. Don't get it in his eye, please. All I'll tell you right now is that I am obviously drawing a male's eye. Okay. Now I'm gonna type everything that I want to be in this eye. So I might actually need a flash drive to do that, not this thing that I have up. I'm gonna get my flash drive for a second. Hang on. Never mind, I can't get that flash drive because the tablet's plugged in to where the flash drive would have had to go. So, after the stream is done, I will do that. Like, after the stream is done, I'm gonna write down everything that I want to be in this eye. But I already know what's gonna be where this big iris is at. Like, I know what's gonna be like in the middle. So let me just get a reference image and try to make that. Alright. I got my reference image, but I'm not gonna drag it in here and try to draw it. I'm just gonna eyeball this one. But the future ones that I do those may have to be brought in. Well, no. If I'm just sketching, I can just sketch. However, and then, because then the next step is gonna be getting it to look more, more accurate, and then cleaning it up afterwards. Just gotta watch more tutorials about that. Alright, here we go. Where's the pen at? Okay, the paintbrush. Alright, here we go. Okay, forget it. I need to, because I don't want it to look uneven either. So, let me just drag the image that I'm trying to do here in. Okay. It's not letting me. Okay, let me just undo. Maybe there's another way I can do this. Alright. Have no idea why it is so huge. I need you to scale way down. No, way, way, way down. Okay, nope, hold on. Keep forgetting to hold shift when I do that. When I do this, so that it doesn't change shape as I'm okay, that's good. Almost. I'm trying to think about, like, once I draw this shape, how do I get rid of just the image, not what I just drew? I should have got like a transparent one instead of instead of a non-transparent. Or maybe if I hide it. Yeah, that's how it's done. But I have to draw on here, not on that third one. Okay. Alright, here we go. It's alright if it's like squiggly and not perfectly straight. Okay, well, no, but you can start that over entirely. This needs to sit underneath of you. Was pressing my button there. That is so thick. So eraser's too big. Okay, that's what I want to do, erase. I want to start over because that line was... That line was too thick. Let's make a... I'm trying to get a smaller... I want to get a smaller... A thinner line. Like, if we're around the eye, it's fine. But, for inside, no, these lines need to be thinner than that. Alright, here we go. Alright, it's still too thick. Like it looks thicker than the lines that I had going for the eye. Let me see if I can find... No, undo that. Alright, that's a little bit better. Okay, needs to stop showing that. Alright, that's looking a little bit better now. I am, like, slouching so hard right now. Sit up straight. I need to stop pressing the buttons on this pen. Yeah, it's still trying to, remove everything instead of just the, oh, because I was on the wrong thing. Alright, I gotta be on this one. Or no, this one. That's why the color was different. Okay, try that again. I keep holding on to this, to the buttons on the pen by accident. Okay. Alright, so far that's what I have. And obviously this is not it. It's gonna be way more. It's gonna be more to this eye than just this. But yeah, so far this is where I'm at. I'm not trying to spoil anything, but like I said, there's gonna be about 10 drawings that I do very similar to this, where it's just gonna be an eye with a certain design inside of the eye. So I am not done with this yet, but I need to think about what else I want to put in here before I come back and stream again to finish this eye. So I'll end the stream here for now, but next week I will be continuing with drawing, because since I only streamed once this week, next week I'll be ready to get back to this, figure out exactly what it is I want to do besides what I've started so far. So, but yes, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, anybody who comes in from now on is gonna see this message here, the please read description message. Now, I really want to start raising money to support these other channels, these other VTubers and other and this channel as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next week for the continuation of this drawing. And I promise to explain how this will all make sense later on. Like I keep on saying that when I debuted, I said everything would make sense much later on. So once again, I'm saying trust this process. Everything will make sense later on. I just don't want to spoil anything at the moment. So thank you all for watching, and have a great night, everybody.